Good morning. It is a chilly morning here on the homestead. We are in the 20s, and I just wanted to do a winter walkthrough morning chores on the homestead. We've had a lot of new additions and just some changes on the homestead, and I just wanted to catch you up. So follow me along this morning. We've had 2 litters of baby goats born in the last, well, it's been 3 days now. We had a litter 3 days ago and then one yesterday. And so I want to show you the cute little babies and just talk about some of the experiences we had during the birth, so the delivery. This is our mama and her babies that were born yesterday. This is our little girl. She had 3 babies. She had 2 bucklings and then 1 little doeling. And this is the little girl. Hi, honey. They're so sweet. Here's the 2 little bucklings. This is Mama. Her name's Dragon. She did awesome. This was a first delivery, a first birth for her, and she did really good. The first baby, which is this little brown one laying right next to Mama, he was the first one and he was born breech. So it took a little bit getting him out, but Mama did it. It was good. The next one is this one. He's baby number 2. And he was born with a spot like not covered in fur. It was interesting. We've never seen that before. It didn't have, there was nothing attached. There was no, we didn't pull anything off. It was just, it didn't have fur. So we're just kind of keeping an eye on it. He's fine. He acts fine, eats fine. But yeah, it was a good delivery. Babies are good. They're fun. Baby goats are the best. Because it's been so cold the last few days, of course, when the babies come, when they're first born, the first couple of days, we've just kept them in the Hallmark trailer. We have an electric heater in there that has a temperature we can set it to, just to make sure they stay warm while they're so little. Here's our leftover Christmas trees. After Christmas, we go and collect Christmas trees that people leave, like out on the side of the street or in Christmas tree drop-offs. Our goats love to eat them afterwards. And it's awesome because it's an awesome treat for them. Everyone's doing great. Let's go say hi to Princess and Maui. Here's Princess, our little pig. Not so little anymore. And Maui, he's our buck. He is the dad to all our babies that throws such awesome colors. Hi, honey. Princess is an Idaho pasture pig. She is awesome. She is like the biggest baby. She loves her belly rubs. This is our barn that's in the process of being built. We're so close. Brian's so close to having it done. And here are our babies that were born Saturday. This is Licorice. She also had 3 babies. They are all bucklings. So out of 6 babies, we've got 5 bucklings and 1 little doeling.
Wake up.
Her delivery, it was rough. She labored and labored. The first one born was the little brown one here. We call him Eeyore, but he presented with 1 front leg out, and that was it. And we tried going in. We figured his head was back. We tried going in and adjusting him, but we couldn't we couldn't figure things out. We couldn't get him repositioned. We had to call for help. We had help come in, and they were able to push him back in and readjust him and then pull him out. But he's doing so much better now. For the first day, 2 days, even kind of today, we wonder if there's neurological damage or even neck damage. We think his neck was sore. He had a hard time latching on, like lifting his head up in that position. And he'd cry out. He looks like he's moving around a lot better. He definitely is not thriving like the other two are, but we're hoping. We've given him some extra tender, loving care and helped him latch on. He is eating, and hopefully he'll get more energy and just kind of come through. It was just such a traumatic birth for him, but everybody's still alive and doing well. Thanks, Mom. That was great for the video. But we have cute little babies, all little bucklings. All of them have little waddles. Mama has waddles. Good job, babies. Just latching on there. I'll keep you updated. We named him Eeyore because the first couple days he'd just hang his head, kind of like Eeyore does in Winnie the Pooh.
Is it nice to be skinny again?
She's like, but now I have 3 mouths to take care of.
Yeah. This is like Ozempic, but different. You lost your weight really fast. Yep.
Cute babies. Princess isn't used to having neighbors. She's wondering what's going on. She's used to just being her and Maui back here. So she's been talking to the babies. Hi, honey. What do you think? What do you think, honey? This is where Princess sleeps every night. She's piled up a bunch of wood chips. And then she also drug Christmas trees in here, like as decoration. She had one on either side of her. We've put them in a pile now, but yeah, she drug them in here to decorate her bed. I think my least favorite part of farming or homesteading is the freezing temperatures and having to break the water every day or multiple times a day. I guess I shouldn't complain because it could be a lot worse. Here, usually we only have to break it in the morning, and then at nighttime I just make sure there's not a bunch of ice already built up in there, just so they have water for a few more hours until it freezes solid again and we get back to it in the morning. Princess already had her breakfast this morning, so I'm not going to show you that part. Just the same thing. We mix her food up the night before, let it soak, and then we'll feed her in the morning and then mix dinner time up so it gets to soak all day. Just headed over to the chickens. We lock them up at night. Come let them out. Hi, ladies. How you doing, girls? With the chickens, I like to come in and I like to shake their food down. Kind of gets caught up in the top of the bucket, so I shake it down just to give them more. And now to break everybody's ice over here. We're We're starting to get just little flurries of snow. It's not bad. Can't even really call it snow. Just flurries. Hi, Houdini. He's ready for water. There's a little golden one too. Hi, ladies. Let's come let the chickens out over here. Break their ice in here too. Come on, honey. There you go, sweetheart. We'll shake their food down over here also. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Sweet bunny. All right, let's go, chickies. And Houdini. Okay, chickies. Come on, chickies. And still Houdini, our little black rabbit. He loves to scratch. In the wintertime, to help our faucet from freezing, we've got the heat tape wrapped clear up the pipe, and then one of these faucets, I don't even know what they're called, and so what we do every day, or every time we use the faucet, we just have a short hose. I fill all my gallons, and then what I do is I turn the water off but then I've got to let all the water, I've got to drain the water out of the pipe and the hose. So I open 2 of them and then drain my hose, otherwise it'll freeze and it's such a pain. Then I shut off the one that's not connected. So then my hose is ready for the next use. And I do that every time I use the hose, just in case I forget one time, even if I think I'm going to come back and use it, or sometimes I don't. So I always make sure and just turn it off and drain the hose just to keep it from freezing. Sometimes in the morning when I break their water, there's enough water left in there, or the bigger ice chunks, that I don't really have to put any more water in it. And then I also, another thing I consider too is, are we gonna get above freezing during the day? If I know we are gonna get above freezing, then I don't always have to add more water. Today I actually haven't even looked, I don't even know where it is, but since their water is so empty, I am actually going to refill it. We'll start fresh and fill up their water, so we have a long ways to go before it freezes again, and it will tonight. We also had 2 litters of rabbits born 3 days ago. When those first set of goats came, I also had 2 litters of rabbits. I'm not going to open up the nesting boxes this morning yet to check on them because it is still a little too cold, and I don't want to get the cold air in there. Both mamas have them covered in fur. They take really good care of rabbits. All of my rabbits do awesome in the wintertime. They do like the cooler temperatures. The only thing I do for my babies when they're new, for probably the first 2 weeks of their life, is I attach heat lamps to the bottom of their nesting boxes, just so it points up at the bottom, and it keeps that area of the nest warm, and they just tend to stay right there. And with mom's fur on top of them and that heat on underneath them, they do okay. So far they've done great, even though we've been so cold. Then, just as a precaution, I always make sure and I wire the heat lamp to something, so in case the clip fails or it slips, it doesn't fall to the ground or start a fire. So we have babies in there. She's a first-time mom. I quickly counted yesterday, and I think there's 7 babies in there, which is great. She did awesome. And I have one more mama over here. Same thing. Got my heat lamp hooked up. I checked in on them. She had 3 babies, and one of them, when I found them, it was on the edge of the heat, the light inside the nesting box, but it was cold. It was a little bit cold. It was still alive. I put it in the middle of the nest, but evidently it still wasn't enough. That baby ended up passing away. So now I have 2. As of yesterday, they were both still alive and good. And then I do have another litter of babies. They're about 3 weeks old, so I can show you these guys. Mom is in here cuddling with them. They are sweet. They're cute little babies. Like I said, about 3 weeks old. There's 3 of them in there, and they've done awesome. Mama's done awesome too. All of these litters, they're all French lap rabbits. They're my favorite breed. They're just so sweet and social. Babies look good. Let's just get to breaking their waters, getting the ice out so they'll have something to drink. I love using these rubber water bowls. They are my favorite, and it is because of the freezing temperatures in winter, the reason why I love them so much. In the wintertime, sometimes your ice freezes solid, and it is so hard to get it out of the bowls, like just breaking it or even hitting it. So a lot of times I literally have to turn the bowl upside down on the ground, and I literally have to stomp on it to get all of the ice broken out. It's just so much easier that way, but the bowl is fine. Like, it's rubber and it works with it. Vortex is the brand, it looks like. And I have one for each one of my rabbits. And that's all, in the wintertime, that's all I have in there. I don't have any of their water bottles on there, just because the water bottles, they would freeze. And so it's too hard to keep them going in the wintertime. So all I have is these rubber bowls, and I only fill them half full every time I do their water. So morning and night I put fresh water, but I only fill it half full. It's easier to break the ice out when it's just half full. If it's completely full, you are stomping. Something like when it gets really cold and they're frozen solid, you are stomping on that bowl for a while, and it makes it hard. So that is just what I have found. Tips and tricks. Fill it only half full. Then I just check each one of their food and the hay inside, make sure they have adequate food and their hay. In the wintertime, well, anytime really, I just let them, they have access to food and hay all the time. In the wintertime especially, though, it helps them build up those calories to help stay warm during the colder temperatures. Again, like I said, the rabbits, they thrive in the wintertime. They do really well. It's the summertime that's hard on them. Just head over here to let these ladies out and to break their water. Shake down their food, and we are done for the morning. Good morning.
Hi, ladies. Come on, chickies. Come on, chickies.
I like to feed my chickens crushed up oyster shells to help give them more calcium for their eggs while they're laying eggs. We just buy it in bulk. And I just put a bowl down for them so they can eat what they want when they want, and I just refill it as needed. Okay, ladies. And that is pretty much a winter morning on the homestead. I didn't get to show you all of the breaking the ice for the rabbits. My battery ran out. Forgot to bring an extra one out with me. But I always break all of their ice, check their hay and their food, make sure they're stocked, and then we're good to go. Same with the chickens, break all their ice, make sure their food's good, and that's about it. And then we'll be back out again tonight and multiple times during the day just to check out those baby goats. They are the best. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. I like to make sure and feed my chickens crushed up I like to feed my chickens crushed up oyster shells.